Hello and welcome to episode 8 of How to Contract in Kerbal Space Program version 0.24. My name is Jim and today is a miscellaneous contract day. Let's take a look at the mission control building. There's not a lot of different contracts available right now, but I think we can do pretty much all of the ones that aren't these big exploration missions. Ike is going to be our next goal for next episode, but for today, we have plant flag on the moon. Okay, we can go back and do that. We have the ship for it. Science data from space around Kerbin, very easy. Science data from space around moon, again, very, very easy. 60,000 plus 10,000 advance, very easy. Test an LV-T-45 liquid fuel engine landed at Kerbin. That is also very easy, just need to put a rocket on the launch pad and stage it. And test the PB ion electric propulsion. Let's see what this reward is. Not very much for this one, but this one. Test an ion electric propulsion system splashdown at Kerbin. Okay, this is a little bit challenging, but not too difficult. Not much funds, but a lot of science. So let's go ahead and do the easiest one first. All we need here is a very simple craft. We really don't even need a capsule, but let's see, we'll get... Let me not make the same mistake I made last time, which was a doozy of not accepting the contracts. So we're going to do all of these today. So plant flag of the moon, science data from around Kerbin, science data from space, around moon, test the engine, and test the ion engine splashdown. Okay, that might give us some new ones after this, so let's hope so. Alright, now into the VAB. Now we can look at our contracts. We're looking at this one. This one has to be staged. So, capsule. Well, one of the things we can test here is, does it even need fuel? Because that's one of the big questions. Do the engines need fuel? Do decouplers need to decouple something? Etc., etc. So let's find out. Let's give... Jebediah has come back from his spontaneous explosion, so we have him back. The main three do come back eventually. The others, once they die, they're gone. Although the random name generation may come up again, it would be a different Kerbal. Alright, let's go with Camfall. He can do this one. Alright, so we're not even going to save and name this, we're just going to go out and launch. Alright, half throttle doesn't even matter. Kerbin landed, and it just says stage, and that's what that is. So if we hit the space bar, we have completed the test. Wow, that was easy. Free money, basically. Contract complete, 210 reward, 6 science. And then if we recover the vessel, we get all the funds from building it back anyway. So, a net gain. We're up to 1,190,266 funds, and added just a wee bit of science to our operation. Alright, next mission. The splashdown at Kerbin with the ion engine, that is... Let's take a look here. PB ion electric propulsion system. Did we unlock it already? There's the ion tank. Oh, it's under utility, okay. Alright, so that's what we need to test. And again, the conditions are, we need to stage it. So really what we need is a way to get to the water. So we just need a little bit of fuel. So one of these fuel tanks. The engine. Alright, so that will get us there. We need parachute to kind of slow us down. Oh, that's a little big. But if we just let the parachute drop us into the water, these two parts will explode. So what we have to do is set ourselves in gently. We can kind of fix that with a tripod of sorts. Because these have a little more impact tolerance. That's kind of a weird angle, but that'll work. Let's go one more. So if that touches down first, then that's fine. So now we just need to have a way of getting this on the rocket and staging it, so we can just put that's weird. Oh well, it's always kind of weird when you're playing with these things. Let's put alright, that's not working. Let's go back to structural. Stick one of these upright. Now I should be able to grab this, turn it around, and plop it right on top. Alright, so that's the staging process. We need to do these separately. We need the engine, we need the parachute to bring us down, and then we need to test with the stage. So let's go ahead and save this as, this is kind of weird, 11 splash test. Splash test 1. Because we might need this for other tests of this nature. Now this costs 20,000 too, so hopefully we'll get most of it back. We'll be pretty close to KSC, so we'll get most of this back. Now what's the most of it? 5,700 for each of these. I just put 3 because of symmetry. Actually, what we can do, let's do this way. Then we have lots of parachutes to bring us down more slowly, and then we only have one of these. Yeah, that brings the cost down to 9,700. A much better solution. And that is the test engine. Alright. Save. Alright, who's going to fly this time? Jebediah out. Let's go back to the top list. Dilbro, you are a man. Alright, SAS on. Throttle, yeah, 2/3 is about right. We're going to turn over to 90 degrees almost immediately. 3, 2, 1, a lift off. And I'm just going to fly over here to the water. Once we're safely over the actual water, we'll shut down the engine, deploy the parachutes. Just gonna give myself time to stabilize and... There we go, let's save some fuel. So that just flow down naturally. So you're still falling 9.2 meters per second, so we'll definitely have to add some engine right at the end. You want to be careful with engines and parachute combinations. If you reach 0, the parachutes will unhook, which happens when you land, or if you overdo your engines while you're descending. Alright, 150 meters to go. Let's go and turn SAS back on, just so it'll keep us upright once we land for a couple seconds. Alright, let's get this engine going. We want about less than 4. This should do it. Gonna shut down as soon as we touch. There we go. We're gonna tip over, but that's fine. Alright, let's turn off SAS before we kill our electricity. Alright, now all we have to do is stage, and we should... Yes, we do meet the conditions. Activate it through staging. 3, 2, 1, stage. And we have completed another mission. And our Kerbal bucks are up to 118. So we made 6,300 and 112 signs. That's the big deal. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of that and recover. Alright. Not much science. Parts-wise, we got most of the funds back. I think it was 9,700. Actually, it says here 97.8% value. So we got most of those funds back. So now we're up to 119,000, or 1,196,000. You need commas or decimal points depending on your preferred method. And got our crew back. Okay, let's take another look. Now that we've done a couple missions, take a look at mission control. Rockamex Mark 50 radio mount in flight over Kerbin. 19,000 to 29,000, 330 to 630. This is a very minimal reward. And this is probably in the right threshold. That we could probably add it to our moon rocket, but it's a little complicated. Let's go ahead and just leave that alone. In fact, let's decline it and see if we get a new one in its place. KR2L Advanced Engine Flight over Kerbin, 1,500 meters. Yeah, see, 8,800 meters going 430 meters per second. That is pretty difficult, but the reward is pretty substantial. I think this is one of the new NASA parts, so we'll keep this around and think about it later. Meanwhile, let's do those moon missions, and we'll do all 3 of these. Lots of rewards, 73,000, 30,000, 60,000, so about 130,000 total. And we know our moon rocket costs about 102,000. In fact, let's take a look. Yeah, 105,000 with the new items. So, what we want to do is I'll actually use the Minmus one because it had some upgrades. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. We're not testing that anymore. We're going to call this 12 Moon Mission 2. Okay, we don't need to test any products, so we're good there. We need to unthrust limit this so we have enough oomph to land properly. And we need to see what we have in science. We have a thermometer. We can take that with us and get extra science on the moon. And also in near orbit. Take a look in utility. I'm going to attach some ladders to this now. Let's zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. And this gives extra space for the Kerbals to grab as they're flying around. And then we don't have the extendable ladders, but on the moon, you can jump up and reach these fine. Also, you can get out and just climb down to get the experimental data. So that's an upgrade. Anything else we can do for this? We got lots and lots of fuel. In fact, the Ike mission may use a variant of this just with a little more something to help us get back. But anyway, so I think that's all we need. Yeah, because we're just going to do some really basic stuff on our way there, so let's get Dory. Okay, you can go. Save that and launch. Alright, let's see, trying to remember all this, about 1/3, just a little over 1/3 there. SAS on. Let's pull up this. Staging, we haven't done anything with staging, so all that should be good. Paranoid enough to just check it anyway. Yes, we are good. Alright, 3, 2, 1, lift off. And I will see you guys in orbit. Alright, we are in orbit. Moon there, Kerbin here, our ship here. Set that as a target. Now before we forget, and of course you know how forgetful I am, let's just do a crew report. And that will satisfy this mission, this contract. And then all the stuff we do at Moon will satisfy the other 2 conditions. Alright, so we want to burn with Moon approximately 3 o'clock, maybe a little ahead. So let's put that there. Our sending nose a little off, but that won't make a big deal. And it's approximately 860 meters per second. Very sensitive, so I think we're a little ahead of it. So let's drag this back just a hair. There we go. And then counter, and it looks like we're actually colliding with the Moon. There we go, there's a periapse of 30,000. We'll take that and then get as close as possible, and then adjust as we get up there, if we need to. Alright. Yeah, I'm just going around, going to make this burn, so I'll do that all in fast motion, and then I'll see you guys when we're about to encounter, unless I need to adjust. Or wherever I need to adjust, I'll see you guys there. Be right back. Alright, we are back and we are on our approach to Moon. Since we're here and since we have them, let's go ahead and get... yeah, another 16 science from the materials bay for science high over Moon. Do the same with the goo pod. 6.9 science. Never know when we'll need those extra couple of points to unlock another node. And then... crew report EVA, we've already used up all the science for that. I'll show you that. If we did a crew report, no, we'd have to overwrite the one we have now. Well, one thing we can do, though, not high over a planet or moon. We can't do temperature, but we can do it when we get to the near location. So let's go ahead and EVA... no, not yet. Let's do it after we get the near science and the temperature scan. Then you can grab everything out of there before we land. Alright, so that's the next step. Twist our way over to retrograde. Actually, let's do a maneuver node and find out where the marker will be when we get there. So that's going to be... there it is. Alright, there we go. Let's warp up to it. Careful with that 1,000 times. I kind of go up and down. That way I approach without threatening to zoom right through it. Alright, now we can... let's go a little bit more. 50 times, and there we go. Within range, looks close. Fire up that engine. SAS back on to stabilize us. And there's our orbit. Actually, I want to bring it down more than the maneuver, so we'll go ahead and shut down maneuver and watch our actual apoaps come down to anything under 50 will do for now. Or 100. Yeah, we actually want to bring our periaps down to under 50. So we get the near science. Let's go down to 40. Let's head over there. We get our near science. Take it out of the experiments, put it in the capsule, and then we'll be ready to burn to land somewhere over on the light side. There we go. Let's see. Everything's kind of dark. Get our mystery gear from near. Did we not get that last time? Oh, good thing I brought it. Oh, that means we can only do one on the surface. No, we can only take one back, because it all has to go in the capsule, so that's fine. But now we can do our container. Grab a little bit extra science there. We need to take the science out of... oh, now we can do the thermometer from near. So 24 science there. Okay, now we can get Dory out. First thing is take data out of the capsule. That's our Kerbal science to meet the contract conditions. We can simply walk down the ladder to get the temperature. But we'll need to walk down and let go. We'll turn on his lights. I keep forgetting Kerbals have lights. And then he can fly over. Let's see, we want free... yeah, we want free camera so we can get facing these experiments. Alright, grab that data. Slide over. Grab this data. Grab the goo. Grab this goo container. Alright, so that's all good. So we can now safely discard all those without losing our science. Grab. See, now we can grab anywhere along this line of ladders. Get to his capsule and board. Alright, so now we're ready for a landing. Let's go ahead and burn there. And we've already done... No, we did East Far Side Crater, which was somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is. Where the flag is. So we can do this crater now. So let's aim for that. And that should do nicely. Alright, it's gonna be retrograde, so we know we gotta move over. This is gonna take a little bit of time, so I'll see you guys when I'm about to make the burn. Alright, we are burning now. Let's bring this down right in the middle of this crater. A little bit long, because once we burn to slow down, we'll fall short of the end of the line there. Alright. Now we can go into this view. Where's the moon? There it is. Warp our way down. There's the crater we're aiming for. Alright, since we have tons of fuel in this and a whole stage here, I'm going to go ahead and stage this one away so it doesn't slow us down, because we need a little more pep in our maneuvering. Alright, get on retrograde. We're over the crater, so anywhere we stop will be fine. I like this area there, so let's go ahead and start burning. Use up as much fuel from this engine and tank as possible before we go to our lander engines. Let's change this to surface. Move this to the vertical point. And yep, we're right over a really nice bit of at least semi-flat moonscape. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and dump this tank and engine now. Stage the new ones. Turn our lights. Put down the gear before I forget. That's a cool shot. Maybe the thumbnail? Yep, dropping down nicely. Alright, let's warp down a bit. Okay, we can't assume that ground level is 0. We need to cut a lot. Yeah, I've cut that pretty close, and I didn't have a quick save. One thing I don't do a lot, but I do recommend quick save whenever you're in a safe position. Okay, we've zeroed out our velocity, so we can now float down a little more leisurely. And there's some part that's skittering along the surface there. I'm not sure what that is. Decoupler, maybe? Those sometimes survive collisions. Alright, let's cut our velocity one more time. Alright, 12 meters per second sounds good. Okay, it crashed again. Now I can see the purple of our lights. Try to avoid that horizontal velocity as much as possible. We have a nice wide, stable base, but still, bounces can flip us over. We have enough thrust that we could take off again if we needed to. And down, alright. Let's go through the routine. We need a crew report. We need a goo pod. We can do the temperature now. 32 science. We can do the container, materials bay, for a whopping 100. And we can do the EVA. Let's see if this is new. It is not. So we can go ahead and let's take that crew report, take all the data. And as we crawl down, we'll take the materials bay data, take the goo pod data, and take temperature data. Go ahead and head up board to put all back in the capsule. One more EVA. And you can just crawl down and hop down from a very convenient distance. Alright, where's the sun? So let's get to your face lit up. So yet another mission. Okay, now we need to officially complete the mission by planting a flag, or the contract by planting a flag on the moon. And first let me find out where this is. Northwest crater. Okay, 32 science from the EVA. 120 from the sample. Plant the flag. And it's backwards, of course. Site name, Moon, Landing 2, Northwest Crater. Can't think of anything. Okay, let's see. Just, I know. Hi, Mom. Do Kerbals even have moms? I don't know. Alright, so we have met the conditions of plant the flag on Moon. We got 73,000 for that, which almost pays for this mission all by itself. And we have our science from Space Around Kerbin, we have our science from Space Around Moon, now we just need to go home. So he can hop over here, I think he can just jump. Oh, I didn't get a glamour shot. Let's turn you around and just... make you look pretty. There we go. Yeah, I think he can just simply jump. Spacebar jump, yep. And he's too far away to grab it. Let's try again. Nope, he needs it. Some RCS and grab. Oh, grab. Oh, that didn't work out so well. Get up, RCS. There you go. There you go, grab. Climb back up. And board. You have all the science already in the capsule. We don't have to do this in space, so we can go straight home. Alright, 90's over there. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Put the gear up. And I will see you guys in orbit. Alright, we are in orbit. We can just continue burning right here. It's close enough. It's not, we need to really burn back here, but we can accomplish the same thing burning here, because we are going retrograde to Kerbin, or Moon's motion around Kerbin. So it just puts you on a really wide orbit, because it flings you out away from Moon. If we keep burning that way, we close it down again. And there we have our encounter with Kerbin. So I will see you guys on the ground. There we go, I had a little bit of difficulty getting view back, but anyway, we are back on Kerbin. Let's just see where we are. It's probably grasslands, but that's a lot of debris parts. Not highlands. Have all this science, so let's go ahead and board, recover, and let's see. That will satisfy these other two contracts. Okay, we bring back 445 science from the mission itself. A small amount of funds recovered, not really important, but look at our funds now, 1.25 million. And another crew member safely returned. Let's review our contract results, so 60,002 science from science data around the moon. Science data around Kerbal 30,001 science, basically for free, just going on our way. And planting a flag on the moon, 73,000, and a whole lot of reputation. Alright, let's see what we can unlock now that we have 706 science. I think we can unlock 2 at this tier. They're 300 each, yes. Alright, nuclear engine, very handy for interplanetary. Might get that. We'll probably get that. Docking ports are the small one, and other separators. Larger girder. Very easy, very good stuff for spaceship construction or station construction. Here we have more girders. Aerodynamics. Some turbojet engines and intakes, very handy for space planes. Cupula. Lander can, very large RCS adapter, and the escape system. Over here, a couple of probes. The ion engine we tested earlier. Xenon container. A rechargeable battery pack. Large solar panel, that's very handy. Ooh, seismic accelerometer. Okay, more science, especially if we're going to Ike. And finally, the lander chair, or command seat, rover probe, and wheels. Okay, since our next mission is definitely Ike, let's grab the nuclear engine and the seismic accelerometer. This will give us extra science when we land on Ike. And we have 106 left over. That unlocks the thermonuclear generator and a very large battery pack, 4,000 charge. And then down here, the last science item, the gravioli detector and the sensor array nose cone. Alright, so that is it for episode 8 of How to Contract in Kerbal Space Program version 0.24. My name is Jim. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Have a great day.